Welcome back to the Aslan Health Podcast. I'm Dr. Mike Hauman. This is the second episode in our Circadian Rhythm series. In the previous episode, we revealed that circadian rhythm is your body's built-in timing system, your internal clock, and why living out of sync with that designed natural rhythm can sabotage your sleep, energy, mood, appetite, and recovery. Today, in this episode, we reset your circadian rhythm. We're going to get practical, covering what you need to stop, what you need to start, and how to do it in a way that's realistic, even if you're busy, stressed, parenting, traveling, or doing shift work. Friend, here's the heart of today's message. You can't reset your circadian rhythm with willpower. You reset it with signals. And the strongest signals are light and darkness, as well as food timing, caffeine timing, movement, and routine. So if you're ready to reset your natural rhythm today, your timing is perfect.
Welcome to the Aslan Health Podcast, where science meets soul. Your host for this program is Dr. Mike Hauman, an experienced physician, a certified functional medicine provider, a certified insight coach practitioner, and a devoted follower of Jesus Christ. If you're tired of feeling stressed out, exhausted, overwhelmed, or stuck in survival mode, you're in the right place. So take a deep breath. Let's be transformed by the renewing of our minds. Here's Dr. Mike.
Let's get right to it with a half dozen circadian rhythm reset principles. Reset principle 1. Choose an anchor time. If you only change one thing this week, make it this. Pick a consistent wake time that works best for your schedule, and then keep it consistent, even on weekends. Keep your wake time within a 1-hour window all week. Why? Because your consistent wake time anchors the whole system, establishing a stable, consistent start signal for the whole day. Bedtime matters, yes, but your wake time is the steering wheel of your circadian rhythm. If you stabilize your wake time, a consistent bedtime will gradually follow. If you stabilize your wake time and then add morning light cues, well, your brain gets the signal, oh, this is morning. I know what to do from here. Reset principle number 2. Consume a dose of morning light, just like it's medicine. Friend, morning light is not a luxury, it's a prescription. It's built into creation. Get outdoor light as soon as you reasonably can after waking. Even 10 minutes can help. If you can, do 20 or even 30. That's better. No, overhead light and window light are not the same. Go outside if you can. The goal is not staring at the sun. The goal is to let your eyes take in daylight so that your brain can accurately set your clock. Morning light supports a healthier cortisol rhythm, improves alertness, and helps maintain melatonin rise at night. Some of you are thinking, I don't have the time for that. Well, try this. Take a walk to the mailbox. Stand on the porch with your coffee. Enjoy your morning quiet time outside. That's my wife's favorite. And friend, that's 2 birds with 1 sunrise. If you're like me and you live in a climate where morning outdoor light just isn't realistic most of the year, the best evidence-based substitute is a medical-grade bright light box. But here's the key. For circadian rhythm, what matters most is the lux rating at your eyes, not lumens. What's that? Lux, L-U-X, is the amount of light that actually reaches your eyes at a specific distance. Think of it as your dose. Lumens tells you how much light the device puts out overall, but that doesn't tell you what your eyes are receiving. The most clinically supported target to aim for is a broad spectrum white light box that delivers 10,000 lux at the eyes. That's at a distance of about 12 to 18 inches and used for about 30 minutes, preferably within the first hour after waking. Make sure that the device is UV filtered. This is not for tanning, and UV lamps are not a safe substitute. Use the box slightly off to the side of your visual field, meaning don't stare into it. Just keep your eyes open while you read, pray, or eat breakfast with the light on. And one important caution: if you have bipolar disorder or significant eye disease, or you take photosensitizing medications, well, certainly talk with your personal clinician before using light therapy. Reset principle number 3. Dim your evening exposure to protect the melatonin rise. Morning light is your biological start the day signal, and evening darkness is your biological start the night signal. So here's what to stop. After dusk, bright light. Please stop blasting bright light into your eyes at night. That includes overhead LEDs, bright TVs, and yes, doom scrolling on your cell phone. I've created a whole series on blue light exposure as well, but let me say something that might surprise you. It's not just blue light alone. It's light plus stimulation. Bright light, blue light in particular, plus stressful or stimulating video content is like telling your brain, be alert, be vigilant, stay ready. And that, friend, is counterproductive. So, to reset your evenings after dinner, lower the lights and the brightness. Slow your pace and decrease your exposure to blue light. Make nighttime feel like nighttime. Reset principle 4. Establish a caffeine curfew. Caffeine can disrupt sleep in 2 ways. It can make it harder to fall asleep, and it can also shift your circadian timing if taken too late in the day. So here's a simple best practice boundary for most people. Caffeine cutoff curfew 8 hours before bedtime. Now, if you're sensitive, you may need 10 hours. So that's if your bedtime is 10 p.m., that means caffeine ends no later than 2 p.m. And if you're saying, well, I can't function without afternoon coffee, well, friend, that's not a coffee problem. That's a rhythm problem. For more detailed coverage on this topic and caffeine, listen to the Aslan Health Podcast series episodes on caffeine and on caffeine timing. Reset principle number 5. Adjust your meal timing. Food timing is one of the most often overlooked circadian levers. Your metabolism has a clock too. Insulin sensitivity tends to be better earlier in the day, so late night eating, especially large, heavy meals, can fragment your sleep. They exacerbate gastroesophageal reflux symptoms, they worsen blood glucose stability, and they confuse your body's peripheral clocks. A simple but very powerful reset step here is to move your dinner meal earlier when possible. Then reduce or eliminate late night snacking. This gives your body an excellent overnight fasting window. Now, I find that a 12-hour time-restricted eating window can be very helpful. It's a great place to start. It's not extreme intermittent fasting. It's not obsessive, but it's just giving your system predictable timing and an opportunity to reset. For those of you trying to lose weight, reduce inflammation, or stabilize your energy, this often becomes one of the highest yield changes that you can make. Reset principle 6. Exercise, but don't let it steal your sleep. Movement is wonderful for circadian health, but timing does matter for most people. If late night intense workouts rev you up, they'll delay your sleep. Then shift them to earlier in the day. Morning or midday exercise typically supports earlier sleep timing. gentle evening movement, such as walking or stretching, well, that's fine. But if you're doing high-intensity interval training at 10 p.m. and then wondering why you can't sleep, well, friend, your nervous system is not confused. It's simply responding appropriately to the signals that you've provided. Let me summarize all of this with a very simple stop and start reset. Now, this is provided for you in the show notes for today, so if you've not done so, I encourage you, download that and take a look. But here's what to stop for most people. Stop inconsistent wake times. Stop bright lights at night. Stop late caffeine use. Stop large late meals and frequent night snacking. And stop intense exercise, scrolling, and exposure to blue light at bedtime. And here's what to start. Start a consistent wake time. Start the morning with outdoor light or an appropriate indoor light substitute as discussed. Start dimming the evening lights. Start earlier meals and set a nightly food curfew. Start a wind-down routine to signal your body that it's nighttime. This is your circadian rhythm reset list. But what about supplements and nutraceuticals? Can they help? Supplements can help some things, but they can't replace your God-given signals. If you keep living a full belly, bright light, chaos at midnight world, no supplement can fix that. But when your foundation is in place, some targeted tools can support a circadian reset. So I will suggest a few experientially informed, evidence-supported options that may be appropriate. And as always, seek your physician's approval first. Number 1, melatonin. Melatonin is not a sedative. It's a natural timing hormone. In certain cases, especially delayed sleep timing, jet lag, or shift work transitions, low-dose melatonin taken at the correct time can help reset your clock. I have 2 cautions. Timing matters more than dose, and supplement quality varies widely, so make sure that you choose products that are quality and third-party tested. Please, if you're on blood thinners, seizure medications, immunosuppressants, or you're pregnant, talk with your clinician first by all means. Second, magnesium glycinate in the evening. We discussed magnesium in detail in the last Aslan Health podcast series. Listen there for more detailed information, but magnesium can support relaxation and sleep quality. This form, the glycinate, is combined with that amino acid, which has human data supporting improved subjective sleep quality in many research trials. Listen to the previous Aslan Health podcast series regarding magnesium for far more details. My final recommendation is L-theanine, especially for those who are tired but wired. L-theanine is an amino acid that can help to balance neurotransmitters and calm the mind without sedation. I discussed L-theanine use on the Aslan Health podcast series on caffeine. It's quite helpful in reducing the unwanted side effects of the caffeine jitters as well. As always, these options can be shipped directly to you through the Aslan Health Full Scripts dispensary if you're interested. See the show notes for today for details and my personal recommendations. Now, no product can replace natural light and dark timing. However, these may support that process when your foundational habits are in place. And friend, if you've had insomnia for months, or you dread bedtime, or your mind races every night, relying on alcohol or sedatives to sleep, you need more than this reset podcast can offer. And certainly, if you snore loudly, you wake gasping, or you have morning headaches and extreme daytime sleepiness, please consider professional evaluation for sleep apnea. That's not weakness, that's just wisdom. Now, as I promised in the previous podcast episode, I want to provide specific instructions and special reset guidance for shift workers. Because I understand that as a shift worker, you can't live like a day person when you work nights. But it is possible to develop a strategy and a lifestyle to reduce the inevitable disruption to your circadian rhythm. So for you, here are a few practical additional instructions. When you need to be awake at night, use bright light strategically, during your shift, of course, particularly toward the end of your workday. And when you're leaving work in the morning, reduce sunlight exposure as much as possible. Now, polarized sunglasses can help. And then when you sleep during the day, make sure that your room is as dark as possible. Use blackout curtains or an eye mask if necessary. Keep your sleep time window protected like it's an appointment, just to maintain your wake-sleep cycle rhythm. Also, consider a consistent early meal timing schedule so that your gut and metabolism aren't gearing up when you're gearing down. You're simply trying to be kind to your body and adjust your behaviors and habits to better suit your original design. Now, with all this in mind, try this week's circadian clock reset practice for the next 7 days. Implement these 4 commitments. 1. Wake time is consistent within an hour all 7 days of the week. 2. Morning outdoor light exposure, or the equivalent, within the first hour after waking. 3. Caffeine curfew, 8 to 10 hours before bedtime each day. 4. Food consumption curfew, 2 hours before bedtime each day. That's it. 4 specific signals. And if you're thinking, that sounds too simple, remember, as James, the brother of Jesus, points out in chapter 3 of his letter, a very small rudder can direct a large ship. Small adjustments can change your course. So, let's close with this biblical encouragement for the reset. Resetting your circadian rhythm is wise stewardship, following your loving Creator's natural design for your very best outcome. Consider the encouragement of 1 Corinthians 10:31. So, whether you eat or drink or whatever you do it all for the glory of God. Friend, even the choices you make about your life's rhythm and timing can become an act of worship when you treat your body with wisdom and care in accordance with its design. This is Dr. Mike Hauman with the Aslan Health Podcast. Please subscribe and follow, because next time we renew, detailing how to build a rhythm of life that you can sustain, including travel, setbacks, and the unexpected, providing wisdom to improve your long-term resilience. But until then, my friend, may God give you the strength to reset your signals, the wisdom to keep it simple, the courage to trust Him in it, and the peace that comes from living in rhythm again. God bless you, my friend.